Okay, we're going to talk about perfect squares right now. And then we're going to look at the square root of a number. And it's really important that you pay attention to the vocabulary because I'm going to use the words squared, square root of. So we really need to know what we're talking about, okay? So I want you to pay attention and take some notes. So take a look at this one right here. If I say a 1 by 1, okay, the side of this little square is a 1 by 1. So if I say 1 squared, that really means 1 times 1 equals 1. So the area within this little square right here is 1 centimeter squared. Okay? Let's try a 2 by 2. So if we do 2, and we do 2 over, so the side is 2 and this side is 2. So if I said 2 squared, I'd get, it means 2 times 2, which equals 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 centimeters squared would be the area of that. Let's take a look at 3. Every single one of these, if you notice, is making a square. Okay, so there's a 3 by 3. So there's a 3 by 3, which is 3 squared, or 3 times 3, that's what it means, equals 9 centimeters squared. We'll double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try that 4 squared. So let's go 4 up and 4 over. So we have a 4 by 4. So it means 4 squared, which also means 4 times 4 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? And we can keep on going. 5, 6, 7, which you're going to end up doing a little bit later. Okay? Now, matter of fact, I think I'm going to leave that 4 by 4 there. We've got 16. Creates a square, right? And we said that 16 centimeters squared. And this is a 4 by 4. It creates a perfect square. Okay, so those are our perfect squares. We have more perfect squares, and I'm going to have you look at the numbers later and find those perfect squares. But if we want to undo a perfect square or find the square root of a number, let's start with the 16. We'll go backwards. So if I say, what is the square root of 16? Well, basically what that means is what number times itself is going to give me 16. There has to be two of the same number. Another way to look at this is look at your picture over here. There are 16 squares, right? And when I want to find the square root of the 16, what's one side of the square? A 4. So it equals 4. Okay? Let's look at our 9. So we had a 3 by 3. We used green, so let's do this one. A 3 by 3. So inside here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's find the square root of 9. So basically it means what number times itself gives me 9? Well, I have 9 squares, and I don't even have to have this grid. I could have drawn 9 squares, and notice that there are 1, 2, 3. So the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3, the 3 times the 3 would give me that 9. Let's look at the 2. So we have a 2 by 2. There are 4 inside, so let's say, what's the square root of 4? The square root of 4 is, well, what's one of those sides? It's a 2. And you can see you still have 2 here, which gives you the 2 over here. The 3, which gives you the 3 here. You have 2 of the same factors. Those are called factors. And then the 2 factors here are the same factors are 4. So that's where the 4 comes in. So let's look at some numbers. Let's do 5 squared. 5 squared gives us 25. So if I wanted to find the square root of 25, it's 5, right? I'll make this one, I'll expand this one a little bit more. Let's do 6 squared. 6 squared equals 30, let's see, which means 6 times 6, and I know 6 times 6 equals 36. So the square root of 36 equals 6. Let's do 7 squared. 7 squared equals 7 times 7 equals 49. And if I find the square root of 49, I get 7. We can even make a picture of that too. Well, let's try the 8. It'll be a little bit easier for me to draw the box. So 8 squared equals 8 times 8 equals 64. The square root of 64 equals 8. So that means I'm going to make a big old box here. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll do one right here. 8. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you counted all of these, you would get a total of 64. The length of this one is 8. The length of that is 8. So the side is 8. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to finish this. I want you to say what 9 squared is, and then I want you to find the square root of that number. 10 squared, 11 squared, 12 squared, 13 squared, 14 squared, 15 squared, 16 squared, 17 squared, 18 squared, 19 squared, and then 20 squared. Okay, we're only looking at those perfect squares right now. Okay, so finish that and then do your assessment. Make sure you find the square root of each number as well, and then we will talk about those numbers that are non-perfect squares. Notice that every single perfect square, when you find the square root of it, you're going to get a whole number, and we just did those with our real number system.